This is a critique for 930 Cupid Realize Angry. So here we go. I appreciate that at the moment this scene is probably just switched to spline mode, so it's a little bit loose. But the one thing I really wanted to get clear was the hey sort of action. So it needs to come up and go hey and lock, almost like he's hit something there, and there'd be a bit of a vibration. Kind of at the moment what's happening is there's a sort of a loose sort of thing going on, and he's got a floppy wrist, and you can really tell the IK of the arm as well, but don't worry about that yet. So I want to get a lock there, hey, and you might point it a little bit outwards, just like that. And then the other thing we're looking at was the hips, which at the moment just kind of just slide forwards. What really needs to happen is that if he's going to push up, we need to see him push down, raise up, and then because he's floating, I want to see a little bit of that. So in other words, the hips, if they're starting here, i.e. there, okay, then the arm needs to stay there, so that arm needs to stay put and pushes off. He might raise up to here, or perhaps what we could do is put him up here. If you want to keep your body there, it could be the body goes up to here, so it goes up that way, and then down to here. It depends. I mean, if you want to keep him leaning forwards like that, then obviously what we'll have to do is put his hips more that way. But definitely the idea is just to get him to go up and then down and then float a little bit on that down position, because he's either sat on the chair or he's floating in midair, and at the moment you can't just put him in fixed space and not do anything with that. Okay, then going back to the arm thing, we're just looking at, yeah, it sort of floats up to there, but this pose isn't too bad, but I would just straighten it out a bit. It's kind of doing this right now, whereas it would be better if it was more like this, so that we can see a nice clean silhouette. So if we say that's our silhouette, you know, rather than it just being turned away, it feels weak. I can kind of see what you're doing then is you've done a diagonal sweep like this, and it's coming towards camera, but if anything it would be better if you can avoid that diagonal and just have it go straight up, straight down. Try and keep it tight, hey, you know, sort of thing. Okay, so that when it strikes here, it wants to be nice and straight. Could be that he angles it to points up, but if it would still be side on to camera, rather than what's currently happening, which is relative to frame. It's kind of like this, and it would be better if it was more like that. So we keep the silhouette of that wand, and you work in a 2D plane effect essentially, and no follow through. We don't want that to follow all the way through. It would be better if it jerks back into place and he just holds it there. He could hold in that hey pose right there and just hold it there a little while. If he holds it there and then perhaps he moves in to meet it. So it's almost like the wand has more significance here than he does. Okay, otherwise then the pose he's going into here is quite good, except again we're losing the silhouette of that wand. It would be really great if we can keep that wand shape visible rather than having it curl in all the time and lose the silhouette. Other than that, those are the main points. Thank you.